Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today we are for Kamen Gotcha episode 10, man. We are back from break. We are here, we're back from break, we're back to doing reviews and stuff like that. Did y'all like the filler arc? Did y'all like little filler arc that I put together? A good 6 to 7 videos of a good filler arc and stuff like that, just showing you guys, just trying to keep the channel active and trying to keep something going on the channel very periodically, just to keep this stuff active, you know, just trying to get some numbers up, attract some new people, keep my old people, have, you know, everything's cool, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed the filler arc. Most likely trying to do more daily / like maybe two videos a day, maybe a video a day, stuff like that. Just trying to, you know, up the productivity of whatever Toku related things that I want to put on this channel, you know, stuff like that, with the reviews and also gaming stuff. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are excited for this episode of Kamen GAVV, because it was pretty cool. The next episode we're gonna get the big reveal. The secret's one of the secrets is gonna be out in the next episode. And yeah, in this episode we wrap up our 2-part episode from episode 9, trying to basically figuring out who the Granute was, the one that was capturing people and then moving his store to somewhere else. We found out that this Granute is a big crab, like a big hermit crab, and basically what he did was he was basically using his shell, using his shell as like different kind of buildings, I guess. And he was basically like, he'll prop up somewhere and get people to come to that store and make them happy, and then he'll turn them into into treats, and then he'll capture them and then, you know, move on to the next spot, you know, which is like a cool concept for a monster. You know, it's basically like a moving predator, you know. It goes around and it comes up and it goes around, stays in one place, eats there, and then leaves, you know. So it was a pretty cool concept for a monster. And we got our first we got a giant. He had like 2 forms. He had his regular Granute form, and then he had like a giant Granute form. But but in this episode we basically are trying to save the little girl that we saved when we met in the last episode, you know, the girl who wanted to be an idol and stuff like that. And basically ended up having Hanto and Shoma basically team up to find this store, the cake shop that he was using, and trying to figure out where he's taking trying to figure out all these different spots, and every spot that they go to, it seems like he's been there. And we see that, you know, there are dragging marks across the ground, and you're basically trying to figure out like where is he taking them. So we see that Shoma basically sends out some of his little minions, sends up some of his little minions to find out what's going on, and he uses one of them, and he basically grabs one and uses one of them as his, you know, uses the little phone thing to project like the memories of that little Gochizo. And yeah, we see that he went to a preschool, he capturing kids. We see that this Granute was specifically attacking children, which you got to die. You got to die after that, man. You take a kid. It's one thing to take men and women, and that's horrible too. But you taking babies, you taking preschoolers. You gotta die in the most horrible way. It's babies, man. You trash. But yeah, we also see that big sister, who is it, Glotto? I think it's Glotto. She's talking to Niluf, and Niluf basically says that she basically confronts him about him helping the twins in the last episode, helping them, you know, with stuff. And he basically talks about how he wanted to test his new, you know, like the new stuff he was coming up with. And yeah, we also see that Suga has also seems like he's up to something nefarious as well. Seems like he has like a new little part that he's getting ready to use. But yeah, we see that our main 2 writers, they are investigating everything. They're still trying to keep their identities separate and stuff like that, so the other one doesn't know who the other is. And they end up finding the preschool, but you see that the guy, he ended up teleporting to preschool somewhere else, and then that's when they both kind of split up. They both find him, but then they split up within the school, and we see that Shoma goes off to transform. We see that Hanto ends up confronting him and talking to him, and he says that, basically that you're capturing kids, you're trash, you're a monster. And he's like, hey, shut up, man, it's just business, all right? And I captured those children because they are pure, and I brought them happiness, and now they're gonna be the most tastiest treats. And he's like, happiness my ass. And he transforms, and we get to fighting, we get to scrapping, we get to boxing, we get to throwing hands and feet and shooting stuff at each other. Chocolate was everywhere and crabs. It was a weird thing, but we did see that he tried. That's when Gav comes in out of nowhere, and they end up double teaming him to try to fight him off. And then he tries to escape by doing like this giant whirlwind tornado attack, and they end up getting blown into this big giant field area. And then we see him transform into this giant kaiju hermit crab thing, and we see that the children and everybody and the building and stuff are inside of his shell, but his shell is too hard to crack. And we see that's when Gav ends up using one of the lollipop Gochizo and end up creating the big Gatling. He summons like his 4-wheeler, flips it over, turns it into a Gatling gun, gives it to freaking Valen. Valen picks it up, shoots the dude, and shoots the little he shoots the shell as some of the little captured children pop out and stuff. But they have to be careful about it because they don't want they don't want to crack. We don't need any little children getting hurt out here. So that's when Gav ends up using the thing himself. And then while he's shooting it, we see that a bunch of like the little children things are falling out. So we see that Valen ends up basically like flooding the ground with chocolate, and he's like skating along the chocolate, picking up all the captured children. And that's when Gav comes up and finishes them off with a big old candy lollipop blast that was all colorful and stuff. So he ends up grabbing all the kids, and they end up releasing all the children into the playground area. And we see that we end up releasing saving the little girl from the last episode that Hanto met. And that's when Gav and Valen have like a conversation, and he talks about he sees the little Gochizo that that Gav has, and Valen basically comes clean about like, hey, he's like, hey, could you share those with me? And he basically says that the guy who modified all this stuff, he kind of stole these from you. And I don't want to count on him completely to keep stealing from you. So do you think you could give me some? And then and Shoma's like, he's like, oh yeah, because he's a Granute that can't make his own minions, and he wants to save everybody. So yeah, so what, I get it. So he grabs a bunch of the chocolate Gochizo, and he basically gives him like 6 of them. And he basically tells his Gochizo that, hey guys, be good for him and stuff like that. He gives him a bunch of the Gochizo, so now Suga doesn't have to come and steal them anymore. But yeah, we see that in the next episode. We see that the big brother makes his appearance in the city. We also see that Hanto is revealed to be Valen. It seems like he's gonna lose a fight, and he's gonna get dehensioned, and then Gav is gonna be there. He's gonna see him dehensioned and stuff. But yeah, other than that, this episode was cool. It wasn't fast paced. It kind of went along at kind of like a steady pace. It didn't seem rushed or anything like that. They ended up figuring out what this Granute was doing, and like I said before, this is a really good concept for a monster. Especially a monster that's trying to capture stuff. Because usually we just have monsters that like have a power where they capture people or make people just disappear out of nowhere, and those people just appear inside of them, and then he's just off doing stuff. But other than that, this monster was discreet. He was discreet. He was low key. Like, he wasn't trying to get into no fights or nothing like that unless he absolutely had to. He was trying to make his money, man. He was trying to make that money. Well, not really money. He was trying to get them trades, trying to get them dark trades. But yeah, I did like this monster. I did like this episode as well. See, we still got the inner monologues between Hanto and Shoma. and I'm glad that they kind of keep this concept. I'm kind of glad that they keep this little thing that they be having. You know, it's been in multiple episodes now, so I'm hoping it's gonna be like a thing. Maybe old girl will start doing. Maybe old girl will start doing them too when she eventually becomes a writer, which is rumored. It's a rumor that she's also, you know, Sachika is also gonna be a writer. But other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode of Kamen Rider GAVV. What you think about the upcoming stuff that we have going on? What you think about this? What you think about this episode's monster? What do you think Suga's up to? We see that he ended up getting this new part or something like they see he was unwrapping something that might gonna help him with his little research and stuff. And we did see that he was able to see what Shoma and Hanto were doing in this episode. So most likely he's gonna take this footage and probably find a way to make his own little thing. But other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As remember, as I always say, stay patient.